The landlord was specific. He didn't care about the noise, the rent was always cash, and I could paint the walls any color I wanted. But there was one rule for the guest bathroom. He wrote it on a yellow post-it note and stuck it right to the glass. If you look in this mirror and your reflection isn't looking back, do not wait for it to turn around. Close your eyes, count to 10, and leave the room. I thought it was just a quirk of an old man. Until 2:14 a.m., when I realized my reflection had stopped blinking. I moved into the Blackwood apartment in early July. It was cheap, too cheap. The guest bathroom was at the end of a long, windowless hallway. It always felt a few degrees colder than the rest of the place. For the first week, I ignored the note. I even laughed about it. But then, the glitches started. First, it was small, almost impossible to notice. I would stand in front of the mirror brushing my teeth, and I would swear something was slightly wrong. A delay. A tiny movement that didn't match. My hand would move, and my reflection's hand would follow a moment later. Only a millisecond, but enough to make me stop. Felt like watching a video with a bad internet connection. Except this wasn't a screen. It was reality. After that, I stopped looking directly at the mirror. I only used my peripheral vision, because every time I looked too long, I felt like the person staring back wasn't completely me. But the thing about rules is, they usually exist because someone already broke them. Last night, I forgot. I was exhausted, half asleep. I walked into the bathroom around 2 a.m. without thinking. I turned on the light. I splashed cold water on my face. And then, I looked up. My reflection was there. First, everything looked normal. Until I noticed something. The person in the mirror was already drying his face with a towel. A towel I hadn't even touched. I froze. My reflection stopped moving. Slowly, it looked directly at me, and then it smiled. But it wasn't my smile. It was too wide, too unnatural, too many teeth. I stepped back, and for a moment, I forgot how to breathe, because the thing in the mirror wasn't copying me anymore. It was watching me. Then I remembered the note, the rule. Close your eyes, count to 10. Leave the room. I squeezed my eyes shut. 1, 2. Then I heard something. A wet, sliding sound. Like something pressing against glass. From the inside. 3, 4. The bathroom light above me started flickering. Then it went completely dark. 5, 6. I felt something cold against the back of my neck. A breath. Someone was standing behind me. But I was alone. Then I heard a voice. My voice. But distorted. Almost like something trying to imitate me. It whispered, "Why are you counting? I didn't make it to 10. I ran. I didn't look back. I haven't entered that hallway since. But sometimes, late at night, I hear it. The sound of water running. The sound of the bathroom sink. The problem is, I live alone, and nobody should be in there. So I have a question for you, ShadowTales listeners. If you looked into a mirror, and your reflection did something different, would you stay and find out what happens? Or would you run? Tell me your survival rule in the comments. Because honestly, I'm starting to think the mirror only had one rule for me, and I already broke it.